Scottie, was there anything you worked on yesterday after your round that you feel like helped you today?
Yeah, I mean, I went to the range for a few minutes yesterday just to make sure my distances were correct because I felt like we got a couple winds wrong yesterday. But that's part of the golf course is getting the wind right, and it can be really challenging. And so I just hit a few numbers. They were still good, and so we left.
Did you have fun today, would you say?
I mean, at the beginning, yeah. I mean, when you're making birdies is always fun, and then as you start kind of getting back into contention, I think that's always fun. It's never as fun, being on the outside looking in.
And then I wanted to ask about Gary. I know you guys have spent some time together in the last couple weeks. What impresses you about him and just his resilience to kind of get back into contention and win after what he's been through the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, Gary's a guy that I've looked up to for a long time. He worked with Randy a long time ago, starting when he was in college and when he was a young pro. And I was a young kid at Royal Oaks who was fortunate to be able to sit there and watch him practice. And Gary was always great at letting me hang around. And I'm sure I was fairly annoying at times, but there was never a moment where he kicked me off the range. He always let me spend time with him, compete with him, watch him practice, do all different kinds of things. And so he's been a guy that I've looked up to for a long time. And yeah, like you said, I spent a lot of time around Gary. He's a fantastic guy. He's a great competitor, and the game of golf I think means so much to him and his family. And it's been, it's hard to watch him at times just because I know exactly what he's going through. But I mean, the guy is so resilient. He's so tough, and for him to show up, especially after a week like last week, which can be pretty draining mentally, for him to show up this week and continue to play and compete and the way he does is pretty inspirational.
You're in contention on a course where you've won before. Are you drawing on the memories of winning here in the past, or is it a recent win? Where's your mind at?
I mean, I think having experience on a golf course always helps. This is a golf course where, as you get later in the day, it typically will get more challenging just because the golf course continues to firm up. You continue to get more wind, and I think closing out on this golf course can be challenging. And so I can always think about that experience. And like today, I was maybe 7 shots back going into the start of the round, and I knew I didn't have to do anything crazy in order to get back in contention. I just had to have a really, really nice round, and was able to get off to a really good start, and had a good finish as well to kind of get myself back into contention.
You had a lot of birdies on the front line without hitting many greens. How was the scrambling out there?
I think when I hit the greens, I probably made birdie. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, maybe the only one I made off the green was on 9, which was basically on the green, just because I was putting from just off the fringe. So I was able to capitalize when I hit it pretty close to the hole is how it says I make those birdies.
And can you just talk about Matt Fitzpatrick and the times you've played with him and what observations you have about his game?
Yeah, I mean, Fitzy is a guy that I think, I admire him because he works really hard. He's a guy that I see always doing stuff in order to play well. He's a guy that he gets really into his stats, and I mean, he's a guy that's going to check every single box that he can in order to get out here and play well. And he's a guy that, when you look, has also improved over the course of his career and made some changes in order to improve. You look at him when he first came out; he was a lot slower off the tee than he is now. He's got a lot of speed, and he doesn't use it on every single shot, but he uses it when necessary. So he's not only is he a hard worker, but I think he's a really smart player as well.
Do you think having that nice steady round that you talked about today, are you going to do the same thing tomorrow?
Hopefully.
Try to apply the same thing.
Yeah.
Did you think, Scottie, with 10 or 11 people in front of you, that you need a good round, but you need some help?
Well, I mean,
someone from that group not.
Yeah, like if Fitzpatrick goes out today and shoots 64, that's going to make things really hard for me. But that's one of those situations where you just kind of tip your cap and say, great week, and that he's going to be hard to catch. But so you need a tiny bit of help, but I can't control what those guys are going to do. Like if somebody shows up and shoots 28 under on this golf course, sometimes you just get beat. So going into today, I was just going to do my best and see where that left me.
Was there any part of you that was pleased when you saw first leaderboard with you making up ground, or did you pay that?
Well, yeah, I knew pretty early that I was going to make up some ground because I think like Fitzpatrick started at 14, and then Hovland was at 13, but the next guy was at 10. So after my start, I think I was maybe 5 under through 6 before some of those guys even got on the course. So it felt like I had already kind of gotten myself into contention there.
And what was the club on 18?
9 iron.
Oh.
It's the only way to hold the green. Smash it.
Good shot.
Yeah.